All right, let's talk a little bit more about horizontal and vertical lines. So if you recall, a horizontal line has a slope of 0, right? It has, if I drew what it looked like, it's just a horizontal line. There's no rise. For any given run, there's no rise. So the slope is 0, right? So the delta y is 0. So if we say that the line passes through the point 0b, then the slope is 0 and the y-intercept is b. So if we use the the slope-intercept form of a line, we have y is equal to 0x, right? 0 times x plus b. Now 0 times anything is 0. So what we end up with is the equation for a horizontal line looks like y is equal to b. Okay, y is equal to b. All right. So, um, any horizontal line just looks like y is equal to some constant, whatever that happens to be, right? Whatever y value that is. So all of the points along that line have a y-coordinate of b, and x really can be any value. All right, so let's look at a vertical line. What happened? What's the slope of a vertical line, right? Remember what happened? We had this problem with, here, let me draw a little vertical line over here. All right, vertical line looks like that. For any given rise, we have 0 run, right? We're not moving anywhere in the x direction. So if we try to calculate the slope, we get something over 0, which cannot happen. So we said that the slope of a vertical line is undefined. Undefined. All right. So let's say that we have a vertical line that passes through a comma 0. So a comma 0 would be the x-intercept of that point. There really is no y-intercept, and there's no slope. So what we can say is that x is equal to a, right? Because anywhere along this vertical line, the x-coordinate is always the same. It's always whatever this a value is, wherever it crossed the wherever it crossed the x-axis, that's what the value of a is anywhere along that line. All right, so this holds for any point, any point on the line. And so that is the equation of the line. So a vertical line has an equation of x equals some constant. All right. So let's take a look at examples 9 and 10. This is another one where it could be one for me or one for you, but I didn't put a you try it on it. But these are actually a little bit different, so I'll just work through them together. We want to find the equation of a line that passes through these 2 points. Now, you might notice that the x-coordinate is the same. And if you tried to graph it, you would end up with something like, if you went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the x direction, you can plot those 2 points, one of them here and then one of them down here, and you might notice that it's a vertical line. But if you don't notice that, and you just calculate the slope for the line, right? What I would get is I would, get -4 minus 1 all over 6 minus 6, right? Now, what does that give me? It gives me -5 over 0. And whenever you cannot divide by 0, you cannot divide by 0. Just remember that. You cannot divide by 0. So this is undefined. Undefined. We have an undefined slope. If it's undefined slope, just remember it's a vertical line, right? There's no run for the rise. Okay, so this is a vertical line, and so really the x-coordinate is the equation for the line. So the equation for the line is x equals 6. Okay, the equation for that line that passes through these 2 points is just x equals 6. All right, so let's take a look at this next one. Now, in this case, we've got 2 points passing through so we're passing through the point 5, 2 and -3, 2. Now, you might notice that both of those points have the same y coordinate, right? So if we go up to 2, so we have maybe -3, 2, and then 5, 2 would be over here. And if you tried to graph it, you'd notice that it is a horizontal line. Okay? But again, if you don't graph it and you don't notice that the y coordinates are the same, you know, you would normally just say, okay, well, let's calculate the slope between those 2 points, right? And you would try to take the difference in the y values and the difference in the x values, right? And you'd calculate the slope and you'd find out that you have 0 over -8. And that's just 0. And so just remember that if you have a slope of 0, what you have is a horizontal line. And so the equation of that line is just the y value of the 2 points, right? So it's just going to be y equals 2. Because everywhere along that line, y is equal to 2. All right? So that's it. That's the answer. All right. So I'll meet you in the next video.